Welcome back, children. So now we'll learn second theorem. The second theorem tells us its x is a rational number such that now we are talking about the q in the place of denominator. X is a rational number which expressed in the form of p by q. Now we are talking about the q. Actually what happened, the q is already going to express in the form of 2 power n and 5 power m. Then x has a decimal expansion which terminates. So let's go with example. Okay, so now I'll write example that is a 3 by 4. Actually 3 is a prime number, 4 is a composite number. So 4 I can express it as a 2 square. Am I right? So now what I'll write a 3 as it is. Denominator I can write it as a 2 square. Correct? 2 square. What happened? Actually if you want to get really 10, we need 2 and 5. So for 10, 2 and 5 are factors. But what happened here, the 2 has a power 2. So now I am multiplying both numerators and denominator with a 5 power 2. Why should I multiply only with 5 power 2? Because already 2 has a power 2. If you take 5 also power 2, we have a formula of loss of exponent, that is a power m into b power m, that is ab whole power m. That means if the both have the same power, then we can able to multiply. Okay. Now what will happen? 3 into 5 square is nothing but 5 5s are 25 by overall we can write it as a 10 square. 2 5s are 10 whole square. Okay. So we can write now 25 3s are 75. 10 square is nothing but 100. In the denominator we have a 2 zeros. So write the numerator as it is from right. Calculate, count from right. Okay. Now denominator has a 2 zeros, no? So that is a mean after 2 digits we should keep the decimal. So 1, 2, so decimal here and decimal before we need a certain digit. So here there is no any digit. So we'll consider here 0. What happened? So the number started with a 3 by 4. The number ends with a 0.75. What is 0.75? Here the 0.75 is a terminating decimal. What happened? Now we started expression the rational number in p by q form, and we converted q into 2 power n into 5 power m form. If you do in that way, definitely the decimal will be terminates. That is the theorem tells. Okay. What the second example? Second example is 5 by 8. 5 by 8. Now just to concentrate on denominator only. Okay. Denominator is 8. So if you go with the 2 4s are 8 and again 4, 2 2s are 4. So 8 we can express it as 5 as it is 2 power 3. So as I told you in the first example, here the 2 has a power 3, so that what should we do? We can multiply with a 5 power 3. Then what will happen? Then all together we can write it as a 2 into 5 whole power 3 because the exponents are same. So in the next step I'll write 2 power 3 into and 5 into, here I'll write 5 power 3, here I'll write 5 power 3. Then overall 5 power 4 because same only, no? Here I'll write a 10 power 3. 5 power 4 is nothing but 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. I know 5 5 is a 25, 5 5 is a 25, but 25 into 25, 625 by 10 power 3 is nothing but denominator has a 3 zeros. Correct? Write the numerator as it is. Yeah, 625. Count from right. Yeah, in the denominator we have a 3 zeros. Am I right? So 1, 2, 3. After 3 digit we should take a decimal, but decimal before we need a digit. Am I right? So that is 0. Because there is nothing, that's why we have taken 0. If there is something digit, we won't take. Okay. Let's see the third example. Yeah. Third example. that is 7 by 25. 7 by 25. I said focus on just a denominator, okay? Denominator 25. So 25 we can write it as a 5 5s. So in the next step I'll write 7 by 5 square. I said already for the 10 we need 5 and 2, correct? Yes, for 10 5 and 2 are both are factors. So here in the next step I should multiply with 2 power 2, because then only I can get 10. Upper side we have a 7, so here also I multiply with the 2 square. Next step, 7 into 2 square is nothing but 4 by 5 2s are 10 only, no? Yeah, 10 whole square. Then 7 4s are 28, 10 square is nothing but 100. What should I say then? 28 as it is. From right, 1 2, yeah, here the decimal. Answer 0.28. Correct? Right? Yeah. 7 by 10. 7 by 10. It's a very easy problem, right? 7 by 10, we can simply, 10 we can knows, 10 we knows that is in the form of 2 and 5, 2 5s are. So directly I'll write 10 here. So answer is 0.7. So when do you have directly tens, hundreds, there we can express directly the decimal form, okay? So here what happened, the p by q expressed in fractional form, and the denominator is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, okay? Because 10 we knows, 10 we can express as 2 power 1 and 5 power 1, okay? So finally the denominator is in the place of, in the format of 2 power n and 5 power m. That's why the decimal is terminated, or else it won't, okay? Yeah, we'll see this example now. 3 4 5 by 2. Okay, now what happened? Look at you. 3 4 5 by 2 power 1. Now that's it. What happened then? For 2 power 1 we need support of one more, that is 5 power 1. Then we can write overall that is 10 power 1, correct? So in the next step, 3 4 5 by 2 power 1. So here also I'll write 5 power 1 into 5 power 1. Okay, no need to specially mention the powers. Okay, now look at 2 5s are 10. Okay, 5 5s are 25 to carry. 5 4s are 20 plus 2 22 to carry. 5 3s are 15 plus 2 17. Look at numerator we have 1 7 2 5. From right side, look at denominator as single 0. That means after single digit there is a decimal. So now answer is 172.5. Okay, this is about the second theorem. We have third theorem also. Yeah, theorem 3. Yeah, 3. What theorem 3? X is equals to p by q is a rational number the factorization of q is not in the form of not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, then x has non-terminating recurring decimal, where m comma n are non-negative integers. Non-negative integers. Yeah, we'll go with example now. 3 by 14. Yeah, 3 by 14. What happens now? Look at 3 by 14. Now try to focus on denominator. Mostly you can focus on denominator. Say 14. So 2 into 7, 3 as it is. But what is said? When denominator in the form of 2 power n, 5 power m, then it is terminates. It is terminates. Or else it is non-terminating and recurring. Look at 2, it's okay, but there is additionally 7, correct? No? So it is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. So it is a non-terminate. Okay, non-terminates, and along with that it is a recurring decimal. Okay, so in the denominator place we need either 2 or 3. I'm sorry, 2 and 5. Okay, either 2 or 5 and 2 and 5, or else 3 options we have, either 2 or 5. If you both 2 and 5 also no issue, but along with the 2, if there is any other, along with 5 any other number, along these 2 is there any other number, so that kind of decimal expansion is non-terminating and recurring. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, see, 14 divides 3. 14, 3, 0.0, 30. 14 2s are 28. 2 left, already decimal, 20. 14 1s are 14. 6, already decimal, 60. 14 4s are 56, I think so. Yeah, again 4, decimal, 40. 14 2s are 28. Correct, 120. And 14 7 8s are 112. Again 8, 80. 14 5s are 70. Yeah, so on. So on. Okay, right. Yeah, one more theorem. What theorem tells? If P is a prime, P is a prime. Now, if P divides a square, then P is also divides A. Can you read again? P is a prime number, and if P divides A square, then P is also divides A. But here what is A? Where A is a positive integer. A is a positive integer. Okay. Let's see, for example, actually let's think 3 is a prime number, we know, and just look at the number which is divisible by 3. Okay, and it must be expressed in the form of square. I'll see 81, because 81 knows 9 square, am I right? And 8 plus 1 9, so 81 divisible by 3, correct? Now what I'll write, 3 divides 81. 3 divides, yeah, first P divides A square, correct? A square is nothing but 9 square. 81 is equal to 9 square. Now what I should write? 3 also divides 9. That means it's nothing but A, because 9 9s are 81. Correct? It is also a simple theorem and which help us to do certain problems. Okay.